It was a clear, calm morning in the waters around the island of Majorca when a group of tourists spotted something unexpected. A gigantic 40-foot-long humpback whale was visibly in trouble, trapped in a drift net. The scene was desolate. The immense body of the sea animal was wrapped in a red net that suffocated it and restricted its movements. The boat of tourists, initially looking for fun and adventure, quickly turned into an emergency platform. The tourists, upon realizing the seriousness of the situation, did not hesitate. They immediately contacted the Palma de Mallorca Aquarium, reporting the whale's critical condition. The aquarium team, accustomed to rescues, knew that every minute counted. They prepared their equipment and headed towards the place where the whale was trapped, but the first attempt to free it was frustrated. The net was very thick and the whale was extremely exhausted, without the strength to cooperate. The situation became increasingly desperate. With the initial attempt unsuccessful, the boat's occupants sought help in Majorca, the nearest Spanish island. They arrived in town and described the harrowing situation to anyone who would listen. Amid the rush and panic, two entities stood out for their readiness: Neptune Diving and Ocean Blue Divers. These diving centers, known for their commitment to marine preservation, responded immediately to the emergency call. Divers at both centers were aware of the complexity of the task ahead. They quickly headed to the point where the whale was trapped, about 3 miles offshore. There, they found a disturbing scene. The huge whale was struggling to stay afloat, with the net tangled tightly around its body. The drift net, banned by the United Nations decades ago due to its devastating effects on marine life, was a death trap. These nets are designed to capture a wide range of fish and other marine life without discrimination. Unfortunately, this means that many marine creatures, such as humpbacks, become trapped and suffer fatal consequences. The team of divers, made up of 4 experienced specialists, knew they had to act quickly. They were armed with hand knives, their only tools against the robust network. The operation was led by Ana Silva, a 32-year-old marine biologist and owner of the Neptune Diving Club. Ana had extensive experience in marine rescues, but knew that each situation was unique and unpredictable. Next to her were 3 other equally experienced divers, all aware of the urgency and importance of each movement they would make. The divers entered the water cautiously, swimming towards the whale so as not to frighten it further. The tension was palpable. Ana and her team knew that the whale's cooperation was essential to the success of the operation. If the whale panicked, it could worsen its situation and make rescue even more difficult. They approached slowly, allowing the whale to get used to their presence. As they swam, the divers noticed the whale's tired, desperate eyes. It was a heartbreaking vision, but it also motivated the team to work harder. They began cutting the net through the whale's head, a task that required extreme precision. Any error could cause additional injuries to the already weakened animal. The work was hard, and time seemed to be running against them. The net was deeply entangled, not only around the whale's body, but also in its mouth, making it difficult for it to breathe and feed. With each cut in the net, the whale showed signs of relief, but the danger was not yet completely removed. The net needed to be removed completely for the whale to have a chance of survival. During the process, Ana and her team hardly needed to discuss an action plan. Coordination between them was intuitive, the result of years of joint work and a tacit understanding of the needs of the moment. Each diver knew exactly what to do, working harmoniously and efficiently. Finally, after a joint and synchronized effort, the divers managed to free the whale's mouth. The humpback, realizing that it was being helped, surprised everyone by cooperating with the divers, making the rest of the work easier. This unusual and moving interaction between humans and the marine giant made the rescue an even more special moment. After freeing the whale's mouth, divers faced the challenge of removing the rest of the net. Each movement needed to be precise and delicate, as any mistake could cause further injury to the already exhausted animal. Ana Silva, leading the operation, felt a responsibility to ensure the whale remained safe throughout the process. The whale's cooperation was a crucial factor in the success of the rescue. Incredibly, she seemed to understand that the divers were there to help. As the network cuts progressed, the whale became calmer, making the team's work easier. The divers, in turn, worked with almost surgical precision, cutting the net without causing additional harm to the animal. The divers' experience and instinct were tested to the limit. They needed to be quick to prevent the whale from becoming even more stressed, but also careful not to injure it. The net was firmly attached to various parts of the whale's body, and each cut had to be made with extreme caution. While Ana and her team worked in the water, the rest of the team on the boats monitored the situation closely, ready to offer support if necessary. Communication between the divers and support team was constant, ensuring everyone was aware of the rescue's progress and immediate needs. With each passing minute, the whale showed more signs of trust in the divers. This unusual and touching behavior strengthened the team's resolve. Ana later reported that despite the initial tension, the moment they realized that the whale was cooperating was a turning point in the rescue. The animal's calmness allowed the divers to speed up their work without compromising safety. In less than an hour, divers were able to completely remove the net. It was exhausting, but rewarding work. The whale, finally free, seemed almost in disbelief at his new freedom. Ana described the moment the net fell to the bottom of the sea as a victory not only for the whale, but for everyone involved in the rescue. Excitement gripped everyone as the whale began to move freely for the first time in hours. However, what happened next was even more surprising and moving. Instead of immediately swimming away, the whale stayed with the divers for a few minutes, as if to express its gratitude. Divers took advantage of this time to assess the whale's condition and ensure it was truly okay. Ana described the experience of swimming alongside the huge mammal as unforgettable. The friendly, almost magical interaction between the humans and the whale was a testament to the connection that can exist between different species in times of need. Finally, the whale began to slowly move away. But before leaving definitively, she made a final gesture that moved everyone present. She lifted her tail fin out of the water, seeming to wave to her rescuers. It was a moment of pure emotion and a powerful reminder of the importance of the work the divers had done. Ana and her team returned to the boats, exhausted but deeply satisfied with the success of the rescue. They knew they had saved a life and that day, they made a difference. The rescue of the humpback whale will be remembered as an inspiring example of courage, compassion, and the incredible capacity for cooperation between humans and animals. This video not only highlighted the need to protect sea creatures from threats like illegal drift nets, but also showed the beauty of the interaction between humans and nature. The story of the humpback whale rescued near Majorca will continue to inspire many, reminding us of the importance of protecting and preserving our precious environment.